So I do see vehicles when I'm driving from the tail of the exhaust while I'm behind the vehicle. I will see sign of severe wiring issue. We usually tell based on the color of the smoke coming out. Most times black smoke. So it doesn't matter the brand of vehicle. Talking about every other car you can think of. You can always see some, especially in Nigeria, you see some of them with that kind of color. So which tells us that as I've always known, it's not only Peugeot that suffer these issues in Nigeria. So most people will end up buying those cars, but eventually those cars will be resold in Nigeria, and people will buy in that without resolving those issues. So that's why I'm doing this video, so that I want you to understand before you buy a Nigerian used car, these are some of the things you might experience. So I'm going to share my experiences so far. So there's this 407. Someone took to one workshop, and by the time he came out from there, he burnt how many? About 3, if I'm not mistaken, 3 4-cylinder pump. Remember, 407, especially the 4 cylinders, petrol. What they use electric power cylinder pump. So he burnt 3. Go and find out from the market how much it costs, that electric power cylinder pump in 407. For the 407, go and find out, then you understand what I mean. He burnt 3. That is one. Then he also burnt. Well, I mean burn. I'm not saying burn into ashes or catch fire. No, I mean it stopped working for some reason. It just stopped working. Also damaged this. It got damaged. Stopped working as well. The ABS block. Then the transmission. There was automatic transmission. Automatic transmission multifunction switch also got damaged or stopped working. I mean, guys, it took months. If I scanned the vehicle, because see, the issue was so bad that initially I wasn't even seeing all those components as if they were faulty, because it kept showing communication, campus communication issue. Then where is the issue? You can also show that most are usually wiring issue sometimes. I mean, you replace the power cylinder pump, it will work 2-3 days later, boom, it's gone. Put the other one, same thing, before you know it, boom. Change the engine wiring and then transmission wiring and then everything, they were okay. Then where is the connection? What connection is causing this? See, it took months. At the point I was like, see, okay, maybe somebody else have had this kind of experience and knew where they did that kind of one connection or something. I was able to do it. So maybe if I give the person, I gave her 2 or 3 electricians. I gave them 3 to see if they can detect what is causing that. It can take months. I need to tell you how much that can consume. And the time it took, eventually we were now able to find where somebody did one bypass and one connection. Somewhere it's not even in engine bay. Kept burning those things. And once that happened, transmission will even work well. What I'm saying is, you might go to buy a car, engine is sound, everything, is it not just small this thing? And then you end up spending hundreds of thousands. Without even using the vehicle, you buy a car, you won't be able to use it for close to 1 year because the car will become undrivable. You start it today, they fix or replace this electrical component today. You drive out the next day, it got burnt. You throw it back to work. You keep spending over, trying to find where did they. There was no way I could have thought about, okay, this is weird, because at the point I was like, the solution probably would be to remove the entire wire on the vehicle from the tail to the front. I said I wasn't ready to do that kind of work. This is a very complex wired vehicle. I wouldn't bother, because you most likely may introduce problem even when you pull all the wire and check everything. As you are putting it back, what issue might come? That is one. Two, this first is someone um, purchased it about 4 million naira. Brought it to me to fix. Guess what? He ended up spending about 4 million naira to make the car drivable. The electrical issues, as in, it was horrible. Not just electrical, so many things, the braking system, the everything. In fact, at the point, the braking system of the car was only 2 wheels that were still connected. And they also converted some of the components to a different brand of car. Not even Peugeot, some different brand. If the master cylinder, this and that. Only 2 brakes, only 2 wheels we are working. 2 wheels. Because they've damaged the other system, they broke it. The suspension, they disconnect, they remove certain components from the suspension completely. See, electric, I don't even want to go there. I'm saying, I'm not joking. You can go to my, on this YouTube channel, scroll down, you'll see the vehicle I'm talking about. That was the almost, I don't even know whether you see the 4 million. I'm just saying, on average, 4 million naira. You purchase a car 4 million, you spend 4 million to fix. So I'm saying, people, don't worry, I'll keep going. That is 2. Another one. This was 307, converted from, the person didn't know it was converted from automatic to manual. So he made the purchase and bought it. Immediately he bought the car and said, oh, come on, this car was converted from auto to manual. Which is not a big deal to me. But then, unfortunately, the conversion they did was a mess. It was EW10 J4 engine. You see, I don't know, how do I even explain this thing? Basically, we had to reverse the entire conversion. Not necessarily reverse, we spent almost everything they put. They put one component, wrong drive shaft, wrong gearbox even. The gearbox they put it was for EW10 J4, but not for one that should fit in 307. 307 manual gearbox for EW10 J4 is different. They did some modification on the one they mounted, which is for a different car. So we now have to sort so many things, the drive shaft, the CV joint, the engine mount bracket under, the gearbox mount. See, then the wiring system. Because I when the car came, the ABS wasn't even working. They even went and cut off. See, oh no. If I keep explaining all these things, the guy, I knew how much he spent for the gear to actually start working as a manual car. Okay, that is project aside. So there's this Toyota Corolla. This is something, this person is close to me. Live Toyota Corolla. For some reasons, the car all of a sudden went off. He started again, as we were moving, it went off again. And that was it, he refused to start. There was nothing they did not do. They told the vehicle to everything, wasn't the engine issue, nothing. Did everything, check timing, did everything, change ECUs, change the car, the car refused to start. The car spent months there. Eventually, it was one bypass they did somewhere under the steering wheel. He burned some wire, he kept burning wire, now got a point, he cut off this thing completely. So I think the wire works with engine ECU. So they bypassed it, connected it to something, probably was a wrong connection, maybe whatever they connected it wasn't supposed to be. So it bridged it positive, and I don't know what happened, you know. It's not my area of specialization, so all I know is these are this complaint the person was telling. I knew about it until eventually the electrician was like, let them even go pull the entire wire under the dashboard. Because nobody, this kind of thing, you focus on engine bay, not knowing that the bypass was hidden somewhere inside the car. What caused the... So, guys, see, let me give you advice. When you want to buy a Nigerian used vehicle, because that's where I'm focusing this on. Please, if you don't know much about cars, Because when you start using car, after a while, you actually may have some technical know-how. It doesn't have to be to an extent of an expert or a mechanic or something, but you have some idea. So maybe there are some signs you see, like, hey, I've experienced this before, it wasn't funny, so I don't want, if you see it in a car, you are checking the tire, like, no, this don't go in. I don't even want to bother, as long as it has this sign, it's showing this sign. You know, yeah, you could easily walk away from such cars. But what I'll tell you is this. Let's assume you don't have access to people that can inspect the car for you. As in, what I mean, Peugeot experts, people who actually specialize, not just a specialist, or someone that understand. Let's just say someone that understand that car very well. Well, I'm telling you, understand what I mean in modern cars. So it doesn't have to be Peugeot. Because now almost every car is electrically controlled. So what I would recommend is, don't bother going with your local mechanic if you must, because of maybe the cost of the engine and the gearbox. You are factoring it in because they are expensive. It's possible that such vehicle, their own cost over $1 million or 2 or 3 or 4 million, who knows? So you wouldn't want to buy one that after you pay the purchase, you spend another 5 million to replace the engine or gearbox. That is possible. You know, there are some Japanese vehicles, their gearbox costs over 4 million now. Joke apart, you know, those of us that buy Peugeot, we know what we don't know what you are enjoying, you know, until you look at the other brands, see what they go through. I mean, is there any gearbox you can buy up to $1 million in Nigeria? Automatic gearbox, Peugeot? I don't think so. I can't remember. I can't think. So far, it's only the AL4 in 307. That isn't the most expensive automatic gearbox I know, which costs about, you know, 600 to 700 pounds, something like that. Unless I'm mistaken, maybe it's a little bit less or around that price. I know that one is cheaper than that, or within that range. Those 86 or 508, I'm not sure the engine of people. Okay, I don't want to say what I'm not sure. But my point is, fine, you want mechanic, or I go with mechanic, but that shouldn't be enough. Find the electrician. Don't go with quack electrician. Or even if you was going with quack electrician, go with someone you could say, see, you know how now they do now bypass or all those things, how you do all this your cut and join. Please, if you see this car, what you, if you are going there to check, please check whether they did those kind of work on that car. Period. Don't try to tell him no whether the electric car is in good condition. No, just tell him, did they do any kind of bypass on this car? Even though to you don't get too much issue, but did they do it first? If they do it, let him tell you where the area of that car they did, whether it's on the engine issue or whatever. Then panel beater, you also need to go with the panel beater. But I'll do a video on that separately, so I understand why I say panel beater. You know, because it's not just about how the car looks from the exterior. Trust me. Like I said, it will be a separate video. So my point is, you need these 3 technicians to be able to check this car for you. That's all I'm saying. If you don't have access to an expert like me, or you can't afford an expert like me, go with some maybe people that can do it for you for free. The mechanic, the panel beater, and the electrician. So that I won't fall into all this. I don't waste time so much trying to preach is for men. Honestly, I believe there are certain things you need to get burnt. You need to get burnt for you to learn. Because I realize trying to pamper men, you are just like say spare rod and spoil the child. When you try to, sometimes trying to help men, they will feel how they are talking about. No, let them go and get burnt. You see that thing you are trying to explain to them or prevent them from it. Let them go and experience it. Then they will learn. You don't need to come up again. They will even be the one telling other people, see, run away. Let them get burnt. Go up. You see that fire, put your hand, allow them, don't even bother telling them. Of course, the wise ones who will listen will even ask you first, hey, I hope this thing won't burn me if I put hand on. But the other ones, it doesn't matter how you preach with your loudspeaker, tell everything. They will see, tell you are bluffing, or oh, you are doing it just for the sake of you want people to pay you to go and inspect cars for you. So let them go and experience that. They will be the one that will come online and start complaining how this car wants to kill them. These days are just concern me. The only way I respond is for me to make money for me. I don't care. I don't do it for free anymore. So come to my channel, you post it, I do a video on it. I make money from it. Contact me privately, you pay me before I respond. So those days of trying to bother myself to prevent people from expressing this thing, I just also added Toyota for you to understand that it's not just about body. So anybody telling you, oh, that Toyota, I won't give you any problem. No. Be observant. When you are driving on the road, you see sometimes, you see thick black smoke. Some will say, no, it's not only ECU. Who told you that? Who told you that if it was only ECU, that the person wouldn't have solved that problem? Sometimes some will say it's only oxygen sensor that can do. Who told you that? Oxygen sensor, if it was only oxygen sensor, that change it. That if it's possible, the person has spent so much, the issue refused to go away. Just say, you know what? This car will not kill me. Let me just keep dragging it until. There's 1407 somebody purchased. The car dealt with it to the point that see, after spending months and so much resources trying to fix the car, at a point he sparked the bed. It just was so unbearable. Because you know what? Call people that buy scrap cars. Those are the only people that could buy the car. But you know, what I bought it brand new. So who is going to buy it in that condition? You have to wait for somebody you can deceive, because that's the only way you can sell that car in that country. You have to deceive the person. Oh, it's okay for him to buy it. So it was like he doesn't want anybody to call him and start abusing him or start to chase him around that he purchased a car, dead vehicle for him. So he decided to, at least, whatever he makes from people that scrap cars, he walk away. Be very careful. So that's what I wanted to do on this video. You know, Nigerian used vehicles, pay attention. Even falling use, they also suffer some of those things, because some of these falling use, they actually do conversion on them. When I mean conversion, I mean from one engine model to another. There was one thing, I went to Nyanya on Saturday to inspect a car. There was just 307 they converted from diesel engine to petrol. This kind of thing, see, there are certain things, once I see it, I walk away. I don't even bother. See, it's possible they did the conversion well. If I was the one buying it for my own first car, yes, I will now say, okay, fine. I've seen the issue, the things, all I need is I'll price it. Even if they did the conversion well, I'll price it based on that it's no longer stock. Now, if there's any issue, I know I can deal with it personally. But if it was somebody else, I won't bother. Unless the person said, P, let me check, even though he has this thing, let me check the car specifically. Fine, I'll do that. But if I'm the one to search to get, if I see some kind of, I walk away, I will be one, because possibility of hidden issues they introduced in the convention might be there, which you might not see clearly during the inspection, only for it to pop up later, and then the car becomes undrivable, and then, you know. So some will say, but is there any issue that can be solved? Every issue can be solved. Not all anyway, but some. And sometimes you'll be like, well, is it worth it? Imagine you buy a car, let's say 3 million naira, and you spend close to 5 million trying to fix the vehicle. Yeah, you're like, come on. Just for being able to use the car, you are spending this amount. And there's some cars, see, let me explain certain things to you. There are some cars that have been so messed up that you might spend 5-6 million naira only for you to look at the car. You are not seeing, in fact, you even see like 500,000 naira on that car. The money you spent, you'll be like, where is this money? Because the car is so bad that you spent all this so much, you still consumed it, and there are still a lot from the appearance that will still need to be fixed. You'll be wondering, why did you be, that it was like a foolish decision. So that's why I'm saying be very careful while as you buy, search for used vehicles. Not telling you it must be me. No, you can do it yourself because there are some cars that are not in Abuja. And some people see a good cars over there. Why should I be the I don't go outside Abuja to inspect cars. So in that case, yeah, you have to, but at least you know what you need to do. You know the risk involved. You know. Find somebody that will be able to, unless you already gained that knowledge, it may not be as good as me in terms of dictating some of these things I mentioned, but at least you find somebody that have a close some idea, that if not at least the basic ones, that once you see certain signs, like, see, no, better I walk away. It doesn't mean you are buying a perfect car. It's not possible. There's no use, especially Nigerian use you buy, expect you not to have fun. Then you are not ready to buy a car. There will be some fault, but let it be normal wear and tear. Even if it's an abuse, let it be minor abuse that can easily be reversed. Once it's that kind of major one, well, like I said, sometimes it's better you put your hand there and get burned so that you learn see how hot, how painful it can be before you can learn. Alright, so like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Alright.